Okay, so what I did was go out to the wood pile, and for the sake of this video I decided to set this up with shorter wood. The Consensus 2770 takes 15-inch logs from front to back. So I have some ash that I've cut to shorter lengths, and I loaded this up to resemble what I might kind of configure my fire to be for an overnight fire. It doesn't matter if you prefer to cut your wood wide, 24 inches. That will probably give you even a longer burn because the wood has to pass under and around, whereas if you load from front to back, I think you can see how fast this fire is developing these new wood, or rather incorporating this new wood into the fire. And I think that happens a bit quicker if you're loading front to back. Now there's probably only a minute or so that's transpired, and you can see how much fire is developing. I'm going to let it go for maybe another minute or two, and then what we're basically going to do, since both air controls are open right now, we're basically going to, when we feel convinced or confident that the new wood is incorporated into the fire, you can see it's more so on the right side right now rather than the left. I'll wait for those logs on the left to get involved, maybe engulfed, whatever word you like. Then we'll go ahead and close it down for a long burn. And on the kind of chimney I have right here, which is, you know, a 24-foot stainless steel liner, in a building that has a full basement, it drafts extremely well. I'm going to go ahead and shut my primary and secondary air controls down totally. This wood is very well seasoned, so that coal bed is going to overpower, well, it's not going to overpower anything, but it doesn't have any moisture that it needs to bake out. If you're working with wet wood, it's going to be very important to use your coal bed to basically kiln your wetter wood before you shut your air controls down. So dry wood, you could probably set your air controls totally in. But if you're working with wet wood or moist wood, or however you want to put it, you're probably going to find that your air controls have to be a little farther open. In the summertime, when we first test burned this stove out in a parking lot with nothing more than 10 foot of single wall pipe, our overnight burn was achieved with, you know, primary and secondary air pressed in halfway. So we still have a stronger fire on the right. On the left, you can see that the logs on the left are also kind of flattened, so it's not as easy for the flames to slip up. But now they're trying to climb around that left side. I think if that continues that way, we're going to pretty much set this baby to cruise control. And that's basically what I think of as a long burning fire. You've created a hot coal bed, you've pushed your ashes back, you've raked your hot coals forward, you've reloaded with your new wood, you've given it total air, to the point where you can feel very confident that everything's blazing and on fire, and then you go ahead and set it for a long-term cruise. So I think we're pretty good now. I can see my bottom log on the left is starting to get red, so why don't I go ahead and we'll press in the air controls and see the difference in the flame. It should respond pretty quickly. It should be responding dramatically. Primary air is in, secondary air is in, and now you can see how your flames immediately shift, especially on the left, up to the top, and this fire is going to reacclimate itself. So let's see something else. How about now if we try to see what's going to happen, because this is slowed up more than I expected. Open up our secondary air, see if we can achieve some difference in flame there. Okay. My gut feeling is I need to open up my primary air again because those flames came down too quickly, which means that my new wood, even though it looks very much involved in the fire, it really isn't quite to the stage where I want it. So I'm going to let this envelop some flame again, build up and build up and build up. Maybe I'm going to hear some ticking, which is the stove body expanding as it gets hotter and hotter. And the next time we turn it down, we should see our flames, our secondary combustion, just take over and continue. Okay, so back in a few seconds.